AskReddit by Omagafsh. What do you think is the most overrated TV show? Grey's Anatomy. I know many people who love this show, but all I see every time I try to give it a chance is actors crying to popular music. I enjoy my girlfriend watching it because she makes sure to fill me in whenever the hospital suffers an extremely fringe catastrophe. She knows I find it hilarious how doomed a single hospital can be. Deleted. That narrator is always like a shovel on Oak Island. Was this left behind by the Knights Templar when they buried the Holy Grail? Does this prove once and for all that the island contains the lost works of Shakespeare? Next episode. Oh, there's my shovel. The Walking Dead took a great comic and turned it into the most boring version of the story imaginable. Looking back, I can't believe I made it through 6 seasons of that show. Travel to new location. Guys, this is it. We can be safe here. Gain some new survivors. Enter new villain. Wow, he's even worse than the last bad guy somehow. Fight new villain. Walkers show up. Location gets destroyed. Some characters die, but nobody too important. Maybe mankind is the real evil. Remaining characters strike out into the wilderness again. Repeat. What in the world is the appeal of The Bachelor? I agree wholeheartedly with Wanda Sykes' hilarious opinion of the people who submit to the indignities of the show. See not normal dart. Funniest Monday night I ever spent was going to a friend's house for group viewing of The Bachelorette. I was invited as a spectator. They treated it like March Madness, with a bracket and everything. Everyone picked their person, bet money, then got drunk and would yell at their guy when he fucked up a date. Coming from that perspective, it was thoroughly entertaining. Another thread best sorted by controversial. So brave of everyone to mention Big Bang Theory and reality TV. I don't like them either, but 99% of people on Reddit hate them already, lol. 2 Broke Girls. 6 fucking seasons and it won an Emmy. In its defense, it was an art direction award. The people who won it had nothing to do with the show's writing. Grey's Anatomy. The White Woman's One Piece. 13 Reasons Why. My ex watched it every day for a year and I still do not even understand the plot. It's that uninteresting to me. IDK know about the show, but the book was basically glorifying suicide. Girl gets abused, kills herself. And through the whole book we see her catalog and blame, via left behind tapes recordings, all the people who pushed to do it. And it's all sad and mournful. A whole book giving the fantasy of you'll feel bad when I'm gone. In reality, the people who make you want to do something like that don't give shit. The only people crying will be the ones who cared and loved you. And now they have to live the rest of their life wondering what they could have done to help you. Any singing show. As someone who hates musicals, I love Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. The View. Dumb as fuck. Oddly, I don't think it's overrated. It seems to be generally thought of as a bad show. All those bachelorette shows. Literally no one ends up lasting with the true love they pick. IDK the history of the show like that, but I'm pretty sure I've seen headlines after every season that this and that person from those shows broke up. I wanted to understand the hype, so I watched 1 season of each, and the entire time it felt like I was watching the hour-by-hour breakdown of one drunken high school night of a bunch of horny self-obsessed teenagers getting into fights and getting mad about who's dating who. And then the 2 most popular ones end up forgiving each other at the end of the night and telling everyone they're madly in love, and then the next weekend they break up and all the drama starts again, lol. Yeah, it's much better to just go on Survivor if you want to meet your soulmate on reality TV. And you might win money. Any reality show except Great British Bake Off. Yellowstone feels so one-dimensional every time I see it. What do you mean? It's your Aunt Debbie's favorite show. Yellowstone. Tried but couldn't get into it. Seemed like two groups of wealthy people fighting for land juxtaposed next to the First Nations who had the land taken from them. Suits. Don't know what the big deal with that show is. It's all just tough guy bravado and high school like situations. Such goddamn bullshit. Never once got to see what Harvey Specter, the closer, is good for. Almost everyone is handing everyone envelopes without explaining stuff much. I could only stomach it till season 4 and every time Harvey went to court he looked underprepared and got schooled, yet he's the best at I don't know what, besides having a collection of signed basketballs and baseballs. Then there's Mike Ross who often says something then does something else. Can't make up his mind about whether it's Rachel or not. Then there's Rachel who gets her own office as a paralegal yet first years from Harvard are treated like slaves. Oh, and Donna, who will give away big secrets if you just feed her the right cookies. I thought I could hate watch it. But it's impossible now. I tried reading Wikipedia for the plot. And it reads like a clown show with the most noticeable thing being the number of times the name of the law firm changed. You will watch this show and like it, goddamn it. Euphoria. Here's some dicks. Oh, and drugs. Fucking cheap. Man, I hate that show. A show written by grown-ass adults about overdramatic degeneracy in high school that tries so hard to be cool and modern. Showing what's supposed to be high school at its ass and cock in every episode. Writer seems like an absolute creep. Not surprised Drake is a producer Mayo. This Is Us. For people who enjoy co-opting other people's pain. I just told my uncle today it was impossible to suspend disbelief for this show. How many tragedies can happen to one family? Keeping Up with the Kardashians. No way this is overrated. Even the people who watch this I'd wager wouldn't say it's a good show. Teen Mom and all spin-offs and variants. These people should be locked up, not put on TV. The craziest part is that the original kids are almost 16 now themselves. Their moms were on 16 and pregnant first, which then led to Teen Mom Dart. Walking Anything. With dinosaurs? The Big Bang Theory. A show about smart people, written for dumb people. SNL, but maybe it's just too American for me. I find the sketches really cringe-worthy and everything in between is equally unfunny. The whole show feels very plastic and pandering to whatever's the hot topic of the week. I mean, to be fair, it's always addressed the hot topic of the week. That's kind of the point. It's topical humor, whether you find it funny or not. American Idol etc. Every single show made that's not SpongeBob. The Summer I Turned Pretty. Right? I kept watching it thinking it would soon take an interesting turn, but no. This girl with no established personality traits trying to figure out which brother turns her on the most is literally the whole plot. Everyone knows you have to have both romance and something else going on, like Outer Banks for instance. Fumbling teenage romance and an Indiana Jones-esque adventure plot. Or Ginny and Georgia, with the mother's secrets and schemes and shenanigans in addition to the teenage romance.